Hey everybody, it's Margaret and welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. And in this video, I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of how I take pictures for jewelry. I posted some pictures I shared. I shared some pictures this morning because I was finally able to get some pictures taken. So I had a couple requests from people asking to show what I do. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and just show you guys my quick setup and talk you through what I do. All right, so here goes. So first things first, I try to get near a window where I've got as much natural light as possible. And then I have a little light tent that looks like this. I left it face down like so because I have 4 cats and they will climb inside it. So for that very reason, I have a lint roller that I go through and lint roll out all of the hair or whatever that gets in there, because it always does. So this is my small tent. I have a ginormous one which I don't really use very much anymore, but this cuts down on a lot of the shadows and glares and things on the jewelry. So this is my light tent. Let me lower this down a little bit so you can see. Hang on, I'm gonna lower you down a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then I have these OT lights. This is an OT light, and basically they put out a lot of really good light. So this OT light goes up top like so. I try to get one on each side. I've got another, let me see if you can see back here, this OT light. So I try to position the OT lights that I've got all around it just to give it some extra. I think this one I have it on, had it on its side. So this one I kind of lie down on its side to bring in some light this way from the side. And then this one, I had it kind of off to the side, bringing in light from over here. And then this one I put up on top, just so that there's light coming in from all angles. And then I have jewelry that I have picked out to list. And what I'll do is I'll set it inside. I've tried lots of different props, but then I just get really weird about it. So I don't do a whole lot with props. I don't know. And then I take pictures with my phone. So let me show you guys what I do. So this, I have just my regular iPhone. I make sure that I put it on the square setting because most of the, like on Etsy and eBay, most of the configuration is square. And then up here, I've been putting it on vivid just because it, let me see if I can, I don't know if you'll be able to see. If I have it on regular, it's a little bit more dull, and I'll have to go back through and brighten it up a bit. Let's see if you can pick up that if I zoom it in. So I know some people might say, well, if you put it on vivid, it's not an accurate representation. But honestly, if I keep it on this is not an accurate representation of what I see in there. And it looks more like that when I click it on vivid. And then I do try to get in a bit closer to get more of the light in there. If I push it back a little bit further, it kind of gets better lighting as well. So I will, zoom in to get the picture as squared in my camera as possible, and then take the picture. Now I do try to, get all the different angles. So I do try to get all the different angles as best I can on there. And then I will get some close-ups, and I try to get, like use my hand, or if I can stand it up to get close up like this, as long as I don't get my hand in the camera in the picture, like so. My arm is in the way. Hang on. So I can stand it up. This one will stand up. So you can see, I try to get it up close. And this, might be the one that I use for the first photo because it's a little more interesting than just it sitting there like that. It just depends on what you feel. Now, another thing I do is I take pictures with my measuring tape, and I'll use these pictures in the listing as well. Luckily, Etsy has increased the number of pictures you can have in there. So I'll put this on there. Hang on, and then I can move my arm out of the way. It wants to flop over right now. Normally I don't have to worry about like videotaping what I'm doing. So I'll put it on like so, and then take a picture of it on there, you know, like that. More, you get the idea. But then I'll do it both ways, because it never fails. Somebody will ask, like, well, what about the other way? You know, so I'll make sure I get the picture going this way as well. But then also a picture of how tall or wide it is. Even if it's something skinny, somebody's gonna ask. Mark my words. And then another thing I do, after of course I've taken pictures of the inside and any marks, this one's got a little 925 mark on it. I take a picture. So, and sometimes I'll include this in the listing, and sometimes it's just for my notes, because I don't always list right away, so I'll forget. I usually take a bunch of pictures all at once. So I take a picture of whether it's magnetic or not. So this one is not magnetic. So I have that because I like to note that for whatever reason. One, if it's silver and it's magnetic, then I like to, well, if it's marked silver and magnetic, I like to make sure I put that in there. And then this one's got a really cool, I don't know if you can see it. It's got some like open work. It's not all the way, but you see there where you can see the light shining through it right there. I try to get an image of that to show that, you know, it's got some holes. Not that they're like holes, but you know, that it's got that interesting feature of light, you know, captured through it. So like that. Try to get that captured in there if I can. So that is pretty much what I do. And then, hang on. And then, yeah, I will upload my pictures from my phone, and then I generally list on the computer because I'm not good with text, like typing on the thing, on this. So I just upload them and then I list from there. So that's pretty much what I do. Now, every now and then the pictures won't come out as bright as I like, so I do edit them, and I can edit them in here or I can edit them on my desktop. But if I were going to edit them here, let's say I wanted to crop it, then, you know, you can come in here and crop. Do what I say. Come on, crop, man. Look, you see me pushing the button. So you can, you know, crop it down. I just try to make sure I stay in that square if I can. This one is, yeah, there we go. And then if I want to adjust the brightness, I don't want to adjust, you know, to change how it looks. But I'll come over here to this little, it looks like a clock sort of. And then light, and I drop that down, and then I do exposure a little bit if I want to brighten it up. And then I might, these are usually the only two I touch, is the highlights. So sometimes I'll bump up the highlights a little bit, but not enough to where, you know, it's going to affect, like, does it still look like the actual item, you know? You don't want to adjust it so much that it changes the color of the piece completely. So that's what I do. So I hope you found this video helpful. Go down there and give it a thumbs up and let me know what your take is on taking pictures with props, because some people like to use backgrounds and props and things like that. I don't. I've tried it, but then it always looks funky, so I just don't do it. So I'll link all the stuff I use down in the description box below, so if you're interested in checking out any of that stuff, it'll be in the description box. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody. Well, everywhere I point this camera, it's gonna show you a mess, okay? It just is. It's just the way it is right now, okay? Ignore the mess, please.